What's going on, YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today we're going to be talking about Ozark Trail Knives again. I know I've already done this one, and I was going to do a separate review for this one and just say I don't like it and blah blah blah, but I don't want to do that. I got to looking at these two, and I realized, these are $3, $4, $5 knives at Walmart, or they used to be. I don't think you can get either one of them anymore, but this one became somewhat popular because it was almost a good design. And this one has kind of the same story. Just it didn't really, have the same effect online. It didn't gain as much attention. But Ozark Trail is dancing around a really good design, and I want to bring that up. Here, let's do the size comparison real quick, since I do it in every other video. The EDC, or my EDC, the Hinder XM18, the Ozark Trail flipper knife, and the Ozark Trail rail knife. Just get a good look at all those right here. So this is probably too big for most people's EDC, but these are about the size that people generally like to carry. So they've got that right. They've got a really good blade design going on here. These are both budget knives, budget materials. You're not going to get anything excellent in terms of the blade, no matter who you talk to. These are entry-level steels. So we're just judging these off the design of them and ergonomics, things like that. This is actually G10, and this is a pretty good blade design with actually a pretty attractive stonewash finish on it, right? They've got kind of this reverse tanto drop point thing going on here. They've got a thumb ramp. The flaw in this is that it's got a flipper tab that does not work. Ta-da! But their thumb stud does. It works. It's just the flipper tab gets in the way. The handle design is super weird, and the flipper again stops you from really getting a full purchase on it. But they've got the jimping in the right place. They've got steel liners. They've got a weird, terrible pocket clip that I don't like at all. And then this just kind of trails. This handle looks like a dinosaur turd. It's just weird. I could give or take the scalloping here, but now this one, it's got a much more reasonable shape where you can get a full purchase on it despite it being a small knife, and they've got this thumb ramp here and a drop point blade. My point to all this is they're so close. If you can do G10, maybe you've got a stockpile of inexpensive G10. I don't know if G10 comes in different qualities, but if you've got this, laying around, so I'm acting like I'm speaking directly to Ozark Trail, the company, but if you can do this blade shape or this blade shape in this finish, go with G10, get more of this going on in the shape of the handle, and get rid of that flipper tab, you've got an excellent knife. Keep this jimping back here, keep this, just make it more like this one here, and you've got a knife that is functional and ergonomic in all positions. And so what if the materials aren't super great? You've got a functional $5 knife, and it'll sell like crazy. Keep your sand color, and then offer an OD green and a black, and sell it for $5, or gosh, even $8 to $10. People are probably going to pay for it, and it's going to sell forever. That's my opinion on that. I mean, they're so close. Why are they dancing around it? I've looked at Ozark Trail's other knives that they're offering, and some of their designs are just complete duds, and some of them are also kind of close, but why are they dancing around it? I don't understand. It's not like the way wasn't paved, by companies like Benchmade, Spyderco, ZT, Emerson. WE's got some great stuff out there. I mean, I can keep naming companies all I want, but the way is paved in terms of design and ergonomics. They're going with a steel liner lock, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't have to do anything super special in terms of a tried and true design. Just don't break what isn't broken. Look at Kershaw, and then just they can make an ergonomic shape. They can make a good handle. The detent that they're offering here in this one is not strong enough for this one to be a true flipper without having to flip it. But if you can't do it, then just don't do it. Don't make people do that. You shouldn't have to do that. Just leave it as the thumb stud flipper. Get the handle right, and you're good to go. I mean, this is a functional blade shape, and it keeps the tip strong because it's kind of stubby. You still have plenty of cutting belly here, It's small enough and the liners are thin enough that it's a light, can be considered a light carry knife. And if you don't go with this kind of dinosaur texturing, maybe do peel ply, or, I don't know. I don't know what it costs to change up the texturing on the G10 scales, but they're so close between these two knives. They should be able to do that. This, you could chalk this up to that just being my opinion. But if I'm going to give, there's nothing out there that I like that's under $5. Kershaw's got some stuff that's 10 to 15 that I think's pretty good for the money. But man, if Ozark Trail's making these $5 knives, I really think they could knock it out of the park if they just tweaked a couple of things. Obviously, it probably does cost more money to drill all the different sides, but offer a left-handed side carry at least. And if they could get the pocket clip down here to the to make it tip up carry like this, then you'd appeal to people like me. And you'd have an amazing beater knife for just, all around decent knife for the money. And I think it would have been a lot more popular. That everybody has seen this, in the knife world, this one specifically, and it gained some traction. Like I said, it was popular because it was close to a good design and it had attractive finishes. It's what I suppose what the more experienced knife world considered to be a better design. But I don't understand why they're dancing around what could be great. I don't care for this rail system here, this odd, fake looking carbon fiber that's kind of, I don't know if it's like a laminate wrapped piece of aluminum. I think this top plate up here is aluminum. It's definitely steel underneath, even though it lists as an aluminum handle. I don't think they're going to do an aluminum liner lock. And in any case, the magnet does attract to the frame there. But either way, this is a thinner carry knife. It's not quite as wide in the pocket, so you really could nail it by doing some hybrid between these two. That's really just my thought on that. Like I said, people are going to have different opinions, and some people just aren't going to care. But that would be the most amazing $5 knife I had ever seen. Especially getting rid of this flipper. Not only are you going to make it easier to engage and disengage, but if you want, you've got room for a choil there. Oh God, that would just be great if they got rid of that flipper tab and added a choil here, straighten this handle out. Man, you'd really, really have a winner there. So close with this, but unfortunately, as they are in their current forms, are just they're garbage, and I would not recommend these. Even though I say both of these are close, they're still garbage. Not compared to that Kershaw that I showed yesterday or the day before, or whenever I decide to upload this video. But that's a great design. It's got everything there, and you've got to pay a little bit more money for it. But I don't understand what's holding this company back from just getting the design right. I don't know if they're afraid that if they nail a perfect design that it'll take sales away from other models, or if they only have certain materials available for certain amounts of time, and that's why they do kind of sprint runs of things and then make these unavailable. I'm not sure how it works, but if they did that, then I would recommend these. Or Ozark Trail Knives, if they could get it right just once, I would recommend at least that one model of it, but they haven't. So until that happens, I'm never going to recommend an Ozark Trail knife. I've had my hand on 6 of them, and I've only shown these 2 on the channel, and I haven't liked any of them. So that's my thought on those. They just need to get it right, and I don't know. That's pretty much it for today's video. I just wanted to talk about that. I didn't want to do another it's a cheap knife I don't like. It's $5 and it's a piece of crap. I didn't want to do that. I actually did make a video, and then I watched it and I was like, that's boring. Like, I'm not really saying anything new here. So I wanted to give a fresh thought. So I don't know. Maybe you have these knives and maybe you love them, and that's okay. I'm not coming down on you. If you love it and you use it every day and the way that it is doesn't bother you, then power to you. Everybody can have their own opinion. I always say that. I'm not going to come down on you for thinking that way. But in terms of what I like to show on this channel, what I think is good versus what I think is bad, I can't agree that these are good purchases. It's worth, if you've only got $5 to spend, don't buy these. Just save up a little bit and go up to a $10, $15, $20, $30 knife and get yourself something better. Don't expect you're not going to get anything close to a premium material in that price range, or pretty much anything under $40. But you can definitely do better than this. So either wait to see if Ozark Trail decides to actually do it correctly, or move up to your budget Chinese or Taiwan Kershaws, because they've got better quality control. So anyways, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to check out my other content, I do have both inexpensive and expensive knives that I either do or don't like. So check that out. And if you enjoy that, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications button, because there's definitely more to come. Thanks for watching and have a great day.